Thank you guys for showing up. I know it's a little chilly outside. I apologize for not having enough for everyone, but I do have a limited few more blankets in the back in those 2 Tupperware containers. So if anyone absolutely is not prepared for this chilliness and wants to go grab one, they're kind of first come, first serve. Speak now, forever hold your peace. Or if you get cold during class and there's some left, wave at me and I'll help you out. All right? Perfect. Well, welcome. A lot of familiar faces, some new faces. How many of you it's your first time to join us here at Confluence Park? Welcome to our community. You are definitely welcome here. My name is Cassandra. I'm here representing Mobile Ohm. We offer this class every Sunday at 10 a.m. and it's free for all of you guys thanks to a generous sponsorship from the San Antonio River Foundation. So if you're not familiar with this park, it's actually not a publicly owned park or a city-owned park. It's owned by the foundation, the San Antonio River Foundation. They're a nonprofit, and it's an educational park. So if you get a chance to walk around and kind of check out the space, if you haven't yet gone down to the river and the San Pedro Creek merge together. So it's a pretty great space, and that's why we come together here in community and we can create our own confluence of all of our separate streams of life, and we can come together here. So thank you guys so much for being here. It means so much to me. We're going to start with a short little meditation. So if you come into a comfortable seat, and you can do this sitting on the sit bones or on the shins, or even if you have any issues with your knees or your hips, if you need to straighten a leg, it's your container, right? So what is meditation? It's grounding ourselves into our container, arriving here ready and able and intentional about this practice that we're about to partake in. So let's start by bringing your hands onto the knees or the thighs, maybe a few shoulder rolls as you kind of get comfy here, and then allow your eyelids to get heavy, your eyes to close. And just take a moment to tune in to your breath. Watching as it rises and falls in the chest. Feel yourself connected into the stability of the earth. As you get more grounded in your sits bones, I want you to lift taller with each inhale through the crown of your head. Continue to breathe here, focusing on a fuller pattern of breath. So broadening your inhales, lengthening those exhales. Taking a few more moments to breathe here. And as you feel yourself arriving in your container, the earth below, the spacious sky above, I want you to bring to mind why it is that you are here. So perhaps on a deeper level, why this practice is something you've chosen to show up for. Or perhaps it's just today. Why did you wake up and choose to be here? Taking a few more long, deep breaths to continue to expand up and out with each inhale, perhaps softening the shoulders, separating your back molars, feeling the face relax. And then bring the palms of your hands together and just begin to rub them together. It should feel nice to create some friction here, create some heat. And in this same heat, you can think of it like that spark that got you here. In yoga, we often refer to the light within. I mean, what is light but some sort of energy, some sort of fire? So today we're going to work on creating our own sunshine. It's a cloudy day out. And it all starts with that spark of why we showed up. And then start to soften your palms to touch. Bringing your fingertips to interlace one another. Turn your palms across your chest and feel that warmth of your palms soften against your skin or against your shirt. Elbows soften by the side. Lift up through the crown of the head. Take a few deep inhales, and as you inhale to the top, pause and feel yourself lifting your heart into the palms like you're spreading that heart space under the hands. And then a long, full exhale completely down. We'll do 2 more just like that. So you'll inhale all the way up to the top of your breath and pause. And then really lift and expand the chest into the hands. Exhaling out. One more breath here. Full inhale. Pause and lift your heart. Expand it into the palms. Exhale, let it out, and release your hands. Turning the palms upward this time on the knees as we're ready to receive. And first, as you open your eyes, just kind of gaze down at the floor in front of you or at the ground or your mat. And then slowly start to lift your gaze and then look around at all of the people who had the same intention to be here this morning. And just acknowledge them. We're not here in this alone. We're all in it together. So it feels kind of nice to have that community here. Right. Go ahead and take your hands next to your side. Let's lean back and switch the crossing of your legs. Opposite shin in front. Inhale. Reach all 10 fingers up to the sky. And as you exhale through the mouth and bring your arms into cactus. We'll do that one more time. Inhale. Exhale. We'll do one more. Inhale. Exhale. Pause here. Inhale. Reach your arms out to the side. Palms to the sky. Inhale. As you exhale, bring the right hand down. Left arm reaching up and over. Take a full side body stretch. Notice if you're lifting that left shoulder up, scrunching it to your ear. Roll it down. Navel towards your spine. Take an inhale. Stretch a little longer. As you exhale, bring that left hand onto your right knee. Start to sit upright. You're going to walk that right hand directly behind you. And just like a brace or a second spine, inhale, sit up tall, straighten that right arm. As you exhale, use your left hand for leverage. Twist over your right shoulder. So each inhale, we're working on length. So get tall through the crown. Each exhale, twist. See if you can ring out. Perhaps with that inhale, you come out just a bit to get taller. And then as you exhale, last time, twist it deep. This time, keep your left hand on your right knee. Bring your right fingertips straight up to the sky. Take an inhale for length. As you exhale, start to lean your left shoulder down towards your left knee. So you can stay here. Maybe you relax your head so you're not holding any tension in your neck. Or maybe you turn your chin to look up under your right arm. Take one more inhale here, and as you exhale, bring that right hand across towards your left knee. You're going to round your spine, tuck your chin with those arms crossed. Then you're going to inhale. You're going to lift the arms up, and you're going to give them around you like a big hug. See if you can walk your fingertips towards one another. Really grab onto like your shoulder blades and like you're trying to pull them apart. I want you to push the back of your heart behind you. Really expand your breath into the back body. Nice. Now inhale. We're going to reach the arms out once again, side to side, palms to the sky, big open heart. Left hand comes to the earth. Inhale, right arm reaching up and over. Really stretching out the right side body. Softening the right shoulder away from your ear. Staying here for one more inhale, reaching long through the right fingertips. As you exhale, right hand towards your left knee. Inhale, sit up. Left hand comes directly behind the spine. Take an inhale, get tall. As you exhale, use the right hand on the left knee to wring out the spine. So again, each inhale, we're lifting. Exhale, twisting. One more inhale, lift. Exhale, twist. Keep the right hand on the knee. Left arm starts to reach all the way up, get tall. As you exhale, just lean a little over, right shoulder towards that right knee. Wake up your left fingertips, reach them a little longer. One more inhale. As you exhale, taking your hand across to the opposite knee, rounding the back heart towards the back of your mat. On an inhale, sit up, lift the hands away, and bring them around to give yourself a big hug here. Walk your fingertips together. Push the back of your heart back. Inhale, we're going to open the arms wide. Reach them up to the sky. As you exhale, take it down into forward fold. Just relaxing the head, letting it hang heavy. Wherever you feel supported, you can walk the hands forward, bring the forearms to the mat. Maybe you gently shake your head no, notice any tension in the neck. And then on your next inhale, go ahead and walk your hands back in towards your shin. You're going to bring the hands behind you, fingertips facing towards your hips. Bring your feet towards the sky, knees to the sky, feet to the floor. Inhale, press through the hands, lift your hips up in line with your knees. Exhale, lower the hips back down. Two more just like that. Puff the chest up. Inhale, lift the hips all the way up. Maybe the head follows. Exhale, lower down. Maybe the head falls back. Exhale, lower it down. Walk your feet together. Draw your knees in. We're going to rock back and forth. So go ahead and rock all the way back onto your back. All the way forward. We're going to make our way into a tabletop. So however you need to get there, you're going to find your way with the hands and knees on the mat. When the wrists are under the shoulders, knees underneath the hips, we'll begin together to inhale, drop the belly, lift your gaze for a nice cow pose here. Exhale, tuck the chin, rolling the tailbone under, press the back heart to the sky. Inhale once again, close the eyes this time, just feel the movement in your body. As you exhale, round it out. So as you close your eyes, move with your experience here. So part of that idea of having a light or trusting the light or our own wisdom inside are your greatest teacher. And that and the experience you're having on your mat. That means coloring outside the lines, maybe moving the hips side to side, front to back. The hips back towards the heels. Walk your pinky fingers towards the sides of your mats. Take an inhale, press through the fingertips. As you exhale, roll the shoulders. navel point in, tuck the tailbone back, and it's like we're kind of wearing a corset or creating this nice, strong, stable core here. Staying here, begin to take the right toes back behind you, either leaving them tucked on the mat or lifting the heel up in line with the hip, curling that pinky toe down towards the mat. Continue to gaze straight down. Roll the shoulders away from the ears. Press that right heel back, draw your navel in, and then continue to breathe in and out. You can stay right here working with this fire. Challenge your balance by lifting the left hand off the mat and extending it straight out in front of you. Pause here. These poses are meant to push our buttons, to make us feel unstable. Our job is to come back to our own center. Take another inhale, push through the heel, press through the fingertips. As you exhale, draw the left hand down, bring the right knee back down. Take a cat-cow to reset. Inhale, the belly drops, gaze up. Exhale to round it out. Inhale, finding a neutral spine. Let's pause here. Again, drawing the navel in. Let's get nice and strong through the core of the body. Left heel is going to extend back. Toes can stay tucked on the mat or lift the heel off the mat, really engaging our Uddiyana Bandha. So our Bandha, that means energetic lock. We're locking our energy in. You can stay here, or the right hand can lift and extend your instability without trying to change it. Get a little longer through the right fingertips and that left heel. Take another inhale, and as you exhale, set it back down onto the earth. Take a cat-cow, reset your spine here. You're going to walk the feet hip-width distance apart once you get there. And we're hanging out in ragdoll. So you're going to bring the weight back into your feet. Beautiful. Bend your knees quite a bit. Let your belly come towards your thighs. And then let your head dangle towards to no. Hands can stay grounded, or you can reach across for opposite elbows. Beautiful. Take an inhale. Maybe you lift the belly away from the thighs, expand it big, and then as you exhale, drop a little bit deeper. Let your brain drain here. I'll sigh it out. Release the hands if you have the bind. Let's do a big sigh again. Inhale. Sigh it out. If you need to walk them together or apart, wherever you're feeling the most stable in your container. We're now turning our container onto its feet. So the feet are rooted. The navel is drawing in. And from that navel point, can you lift yourself so that you almost become lighter in the ribs, in the chest? Wake up your fingers. Open the eyes if you've closed them. We're going to inhale. Stretch all 10 fingers to the sky. Reach them really high. As you exhale, forward. Tap your heart center. Inhale, extend all 10 fingers to the sky. Exhale, swan dive down, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bow. One more time. Inhale, reverse swan dive, reach all the way up towards the sky. Hands to heart center, exhale. We're going to take it all the way back this time. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale, swan dive down. Your mat, we're finding a high plank. So this can be done with the knees lifted, really fired up. It can be done with the knees down, still really fired up. So either place, we're still really engaged. Taking one more breath together with the exhale, we're going to lower all the way onto the belly. Uncurl the toes, get ready for that Cobra Pose. Inhale, lift the chest, hug the elbows together. Exhale, coming down. Tuck the toes under, either back into plank or into tabletop, and then into downward facing dog. You'll lift the hips up and back. A collective inhale. Inhale. Emptying. Thumbs tap the heart center. Inhale, reaching up, building our own sunshine here. Exhale, fold. Our sun salutation warms the body. Halfway lift. Exhale, palms to the mat, feet back. It disciplines the mind. It keeps us present with each movement. Try to mindfully move, rolling to the mat. Inhale, the heart lifts. We can always skip what we need. Exhale, back to downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, let it out. Taking 2 more breaths just like that. Inhale. exhaling it out. One more breath. Soften your knees. Exhale it out. Low, just sit the hips like you're going to sit back in a chair. Body back and towards your heels. So you're really sending the weight back towards the hips. Now bring your hands together, the thumbs tapping at the front of your heart. Draw the navel in, and then slowly begin to peel your body up like you're trying to find the back of that chair. Keep your knees bent, come a little deeper. Roll the shoulders back. Now take the palms apart, keep your fingertips together. This is called a Kini Mudra, almost like you're holding a globe in the palms. You can keep that right at your heart. The elbows soft, the shoulders soft. Breathe here, yeah. Make your breath as spacious as the space between your palms. Maybe the gaze looks up to the palms. Take one more breath to your higher self. Down at a 45-degree angle. And then I want everyone to toe heel their right foot one time towards the right side edge of their mats. And then begin to come up into your warrior one. Hands on the hips. Draw the right hip back and the left hip forward. Seal the pinky side edge of your back foot down. Now sink a little deeper in that front knee. Navel drawing in. Get light again in the upper body. If this feels grounded and strong, hands can stay on the hips. They can come back at the heart. Maybe you find that same globe, or hands can come to the sky. I like to have the fingertips touching for me because it helps me to stay awake. That idea of bringing fire. If I touch my fingertips together, I get engaged, and I can remind myself, soften the shoulders, soften the face. Check in to what's circulating in your container. And then you honor that. That's being your own teacher. Take one more breath. As you exhale, hands come down to the floor. All of that left foot. Your left hand's going to plant. Right hand comes onto the right thigh. As first, when you inhale, pull your heart forward towards the front of your mat, and then begin to twist. So same thing applies as when we're sitting. The first long. The exhale, we twist. The hand can stay on the thigh or reach it up and away towards the sky. Taking one more big breath in, opening it back. As you exhale, right hand comes to the mat. You're going to step into that right foot, left foot comes forward to meet. It was cold, hoping we're building our own fire already. Take another inhale. As you exhale, forward fold. Take a moment here, kind of walk out your legs. So when we build fire, So each pose is a new container, a new opportunity for meditation, to arrive, to remind yourself why you're here, and to serve that higher purpose. Drop your shoulders. Think a little. Lift. Take an exhale, full. Inhale, let's we're reminded by the elements around us how transient nature is. Just like the weather, today may be cloudy and cool. Yesterday was sunny and clear. Perhaps how it's already shifted since you've arrived. Structure beneath your feet. How can you be inspired to be more grounded? And then lastly, we bring balance to what may be missing, right? The sun may not be out shining bright for us, but can we be our own sunshine? Taking a stand for yourself here. Getting to release your eyes. Let's step off our mat and just introduce yourself to a few people. Thank them for being here. Let them know that they're present. Why we're all here together.
I know, I've seen it before. Oh, wonderful. I'm so happy.
Yeah, so happy to have you. Yes, it's a little chilly. It's a little good. We're getting some heat building in. It's a little chilly. We're going to take a seat. If it's comfortable for you to sit on your knees, you can join me in what we call rock pose. If this isn't comfortable, I know it can be uncomfortable. It's no big deal to just sit on your sits bone. So really honor yourself, because first and foremost, when we do yoga, if we're really uncomfortable and that's all we can think about, we're really never going to achieve the purpose of yoga. Does anyone here know what yoga means? The word yoga, anyone? So the word yoga means to yoke. So this practice is that we're yoking our minds and our body, and we're coming into presence. So what a yoke, do y'all know what a yoke is? You're looking at me like the inside of an egg. No, it's not that. that's a yoke too. So it's actually this piece of wood that goes in between oxen. So when they're carrying like a cart, like oxen and cart, you're taking yourself across the prairie, right? I don't know, it's going to age me a little bit, like playing Oregon Trail, right? right, so you got your oxen. If you didn't have this wood kind of holding them together, they're going to have a mind of their own. They're going to get distracted, like, oh, something shiny over here. This grass looks greener. So then both oxen are going opposite directions, and you're really not going to get to your destination very well, right? So when we talk about intention, the reason I bring it up so much is we can have our minds and we have our bodies, and we're being pulled in 1,000 different directions. And so we have to have something to anchor us back, to bring us back together and remind us, like, where are we going? Are we putting our feet in the right direction to get us there? And it doesn't matter how fast we're getting there. My teacher always says, what's the next right step? And if we keep our intention in our mind, then we'll know that next right step. And if we keep taking the next right step, before we know it, we're going to look back and be like, wow, how did we get here? Instead of overwhelming ourselves, like, oh my God, how am I going to get way over there? How you're going to get there is you're going to take your next right step. What is your right step? It's connecting to what is your intention. Why are you showing up in your life? Why are you showing up on your mats? What are we bringing in here, right? Sorry, having you sitting on your knees for a long time. Hopefully your feet are getting a little massage out of this. So, we're going to work a little bit with this fire energy and one of my favorite breathing techniques, which is called the Ego Eradicator. Because the one thing that's going to kill us more than anything is that nasty thing called the ego. Because it thinks that we know everything and that we can do it all ourselves. We can figure out our own roadmap. It doesn't really matter, right? If you're on your feet, you can come off for a minute. We just were massaging through the feet. Let's bring them out in front of you, roll them out for a moment. Okay. I want you to bring yourself into a comfortable seat. And something I've been practicing when I'm doing pranayama, because we're really working on creating flow, is to not cross my ankles and kind of cut off circulation in my feet. So instead, try to bring your feet one in front of another, maybe your knees a little wider, and it'll cause you to sit a little taller. This is called our Sukhasana, our easy pose. So we're sitting in our easy pose. So I want you to bring a palm onto your belly, the navel point we've been talking about with fire. So the first part of this is, in the technique, is called breath of fire. And it's the easiest way I've learned to teach it is we're going to start like we're panting like a dog. Everyone knows what that's like, right? So let's start that. Keep doing that. What I want you to focus on is pulling your belly in when you're exhaling. You got that? Okay, you can pause for a moment. Right? So we're pushing this breath from our navel point. Okay? Once you get that, we're going to try to do the same thing through our nose. So what happens here is you're pushing that air out, and that's becoming mindful. The inhale happens automatically. You guys got that? All right. You guys got it a little bit? You feeling it? All right. All right. All right. We can work with that and already start to build up some of our own fire, our own resilience. I'm going to show you the full practice, and you can always just come back to any parts of it, right? We're always leveling ourselves up. So in this practice, our thumb, and when we do mudras, our thumb here is representative of our ego. And so we're trying to get rid of it. So we're going to take all the rest of our fingers and kind of curl them in towards the knuckles. And really stick that thumb out like you mean it, like get it curled away from you. And you're going to take your elbows up in a 60-degree angle. And I want you to roll the shoulders down. So what we tend to do, the ego thing too, is like we're going to hold ourselves up using all the muscles we've got. We're going to try to use the scaffolding of our bone structure, right? So we kind of set those shoulders down into the bones, and we try to let it do a little less effort on our part. And then you can close your eyes, and when you're ready, you begin that breath of fire here. We're bringing out the sun already, guys. Look at this. Keep it up. This is amazing. Keep bringing it in. So notice when your ego pops in, I can't do this, this is weird. This is part of the practice. World perhaps that you want to put this intention towards, and we're burning away all that's telling you can't get it, that you're not enough, that we don't have enough time. All of these stories. Navel pumping. Take 2 more breaths. And then take an inhale through your nose. Pause at the top. Bring your thumbs to touch over your head. And draw all that energy in and up like you're going to touch it all the way to the thumbs. And then spread your fingers out. And a big exhale. Circle the hands all the way down to the thighs. Close your eyes. Keep them closed. And just breathe a moment. Just breathe. You know, maybe you feel something. Maybe you feel nothing. And that's not the point. Right? As our ego tries to define everything. And so in a moment, just be. Notice what might have percolated for you. Perhaps you're feeling physical sensation, warmth in the shoulders. Breath. Open up your eyes. Wow, we brought out the sunshine during that. That was pretty amazing. I am super impressed. Let's go ahead and take your legs out in front of you and just take a moment now. So we've kind of broken through, we've met each other, we've released our ego. Now we're just going to melt a little bit before we finish in our Shavasana and go inward. Take the soles of your feet together, your knees wide, and you can adjust the heels either super close or further away, depending on what feels yummy, what feels nice, what feels nourishing for you. We're going to inhale almost like you're taking a cow pose, arching the back, and then you're going to take that hinge from the hips. So you're hinging it long. Maybe you just come this far. Wherever you are, give your neck a break. Let your head hang. When we work with that fire energy, really illuminating ourselves and grounding ourselves into our physical experience here. When we come into these more cooling moments where we soften, it's our opportunity to shine that light, bring that wisdom into the places where it nourishes us the most. So where in our lives can we bring a little warm-heartedness to? Where one more full breath in through the nose, melting forward a little bit more through that exhale. Starting to bring yourself all the way back upright. Start to bring your knees all the way up towards the sky. Take them about hip width distance apart. You're going to bring the hands back behind you and bring your right ankle and lift the hips, letting that right knee fall towards the ground. Taking another inhale. As you exhale, you can bring the hips back down. Keep your heart lifted, just like this, and you can walk your heel in a little bit closer to get deeper in that right hip. You're feeling the right knee press away from you, your heart lift up towards the sky. Taking one more breath here. Exhale it out. Start to straighten your left. Bring your right heel to the inside of your left leg, squaring the torso over your left leg. Inhale for height. As you exhale, begin to bow yourself over that left leg. Breathing here. Soften what you can. Broaden your breath here. next inhale, begin to walk yourself all the way upright. Bring the right foot back down, bend the left knee to meet it. To lift the hips all the way up towards the sky. And then lowering them down, finding that hip stretch. Leg out. Bring the left foot to the inside of the right thigh. Sit up tall, facing towards the right toes. As you exhale, bow yourself forward all the way down. Long, full, deep, nourishing breaths here. As you inhale, begin to come back up. Take your feet onto the floor, and we're just going to slowly roll your soles of your feet straight up towards the sky, and you can a little cushion at the low back, right underneath. Your ankles or your toes. Bring some awareness into the feet. This idea that life is about perpetual motion, right? When we have our feet on the ground, it sometimes feels like we always have to be doing or be productive or on some sort of journey. With our feet kicked up high, we can just be here. For a moment, just let yourself take a break from whatever struggle or journey. Allow the knees to come down into the chest. Rock from side to side. Take the soles of your feet up towards the sky, or to your inner thighs. And you can rock from side to side, giving your lower back a little massage here. Maybe straightening one leg at a time, a little kung fu baby action if that feels nice. Let your knees fall towards the left side, all the way to the ground. You can deepen this by crossing your upper thigh, upper knee over the lower knee if you need a little. Bring your knees through center. As you exhale, let them fall over towards the other side. Feeling yourself surrendered here to gravity and your breath. Continuing to flow. Last breath in here. Exhaling it out. Use your next inhale to come to center. One last hug of your knees into the chest. And then you're going to release the legs out, finding your final Shavasana. Laying down, resting yourself completely. So when we talk about yoga, I told you the definition of yoga. But in the first time it was ever written about in history, of the mind. So stilling the movement between our ears. And it's barely even mentioned this asana physical practice. Busier and busier. So use this moment as the real climax of your practice, your moment. Come into a simple mantra, perhaps one I use. As I inhale, I just say, I am breathing in. Out. Keep yourself centered at what's going on right here. The practice of beginning again and again and again and again. We must always have a beginner's mind. Your toes and your fingers. Finding some gratitude for this new space of body, of mind. Stretch yourself out long, fingers above your head. And begin to draw your knees in towards your chest. Rolling over to either side. bring your hands onto your thighs. So today we've been focused on celebrating that light, that inner light from within, giving ourselves permission to be here and to really understand the purpose of this practice. Just to get us a little closer to that part of ourselves that's already there. The light, the wisdom, the guide. So we're going to close with a little song, a little mantra. And I'd love for you to join me. I'm pretty sure most of you are going to know the words. But before we start, I'm going to need you to help give me a beat. Just kind of hit your thighs like this. This little light of mine, I'm going to let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm going to let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. One more time. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. All right, go ahead and bring your hands together, thumbs to your heart. Take a moment, honor that light of yours. Honor your choice to come here, perhaps with just a spark, and perhaps you've illuminated it a little brighter, just like the sun coming out from beneath the clouds. That you can trust and allow this guide, this and in reference to each and every person in this space, let's honor that light that shines within. Namaste.